What's up with y'all? It's Big Boss. Now I was doing some thinking, right? What would the perfect fragrance smell like? That's a good ass question, man. Because there's a lot of fragrances out here. I got a lot of fragrances on this shelf. I know some people out there, they got so many fragrances, they got to put them in boxes. They ain't got enough room for it. The reason why you collect a lot of fragrances is because you keep trying to find that one perfect fragrance, right? Unless you're crazy and you like to buy a lot of fragrances and waste your money, and then you a collector, and I guess you're saving it so you can spend a lot of money and you can buy it in the future once the price go up. But what would the real perfect fragrance look and smell like? What are some features that it will have? Let's talk about it.
I'm a money magnet, draped in designer, I stay high fashion. Chris, you bougie, know I'm high maintenance.
All right, straight up, when it comes to fragrances, starting out is all about the scent, right? The first fragrance will have a great scent. Now, the most popular, best-selling fragrances are fragrances that's fresh. That's for everyday use, okay? Not date night, because not every day you go on a date. But every day you go to work or you go to school. You just mingle around through every day, so fresh fragrances will always be the most popular fragrances of all time. So with that being said, if we was gonna talk about the most perfect fragrances, starting out, it'll be fresh. Now, if we was building our fresh, perfect fragrance, it'll start out fresh, you know, but you know, a lot of fresh fragrances don't last that long, right? So that means we would have to work on the longevity of this fresh fragrance. The reason why you buy fragrances is so people can smell them, you know what I'm saying? Or so it can boost your confidence, or so you can get some compliments. The last thing you want to do is to have to keep your fragrance in your pocket so you can have to reapply it every 3 to 5 seconds, you know what I'm saying? We hate that. We want fragrances that can last a long time. So secondly, for us to have a perfect fragrance, it has to last a long time. Now that we have our fresh, long-lasting fragrance, what's the projection on it? Okay, that's the third thing we have to worry about as making our favorite perfect fragrance, is the projection, okay? You want to walk in a room and take over a room with your smell. If people got to bury their nose in your skin just to smell the scent, go ahead and throw that bottle away, bro. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. You can just use some soap for that. You know what I'm saying? Deodorant for that. Some Axe or some Old Spice for that. So it's all about the sillage, all right? Now that we have a fresh fragrance that lasts a long time, that project heavy, what would the bottle look like? If I was gonna be honest, I don't like bottles with tops, okay? Every bottle that's on my wall of shame behind this camera don't have a top on it. I don't like tops, okay? Because you can lose it, you know what I'm saying? Some bottles don't have the magnetic top. You gotta pop it off. It's just, I don't like tops to bottles. I love how Paco Rabanne did their fragrances. On all the newer Paco Rabannes, the atomizer is built and then integrated into the bottle, so you never have to worry about the top. I feel like every fragrance should do that. Okay, so we're doing real good. We building the perfect fragrance, okay? It's gonna be fresh, long lasting. It's gonna project heavy. The bottle won't have no goddamn top. How much would it cost though? Because it's all about that price, you know what I'm saying? When I drop a video about niche fragrances, they don't do a lot of views. Why? Because people ain't typing in niche fragrances, because niche fragrances cost $300-400. It's too damn expensive. You got to think about kids when they go into school. You want a fragrance that can appeal to all ranges of life, okay? The kids in school buy Axe and Old Spice because it only costs $7 and they can afford that with their own money. They can't buy the Gucci Guilties out there that cost $100. But when it comes to grown-ups, you got a job, you got kids, so you can't afford a niche fragrance that costs too much. So you might just get a Dior Sauvage and keep it pushing. So let's meet in the middle ground. I think the perfect fragrance would be around $30 to $40. Okay. So it's a fresh fragrance that lasts a long time, project heavy. It don't got no damn top. The price is like $40. What would be the name of it? The name should be easy to pronounce, okay? As y'all know, they came out with a new Givenchy cologne. Y'all know the name I'm talking about. The Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé Eau de Parfum. Yeah. Why the fuck would y'all do that? You know what I'm saying? It's just so fucking fried and retarded. Check this out. You want to know the most retarded, dumb-ass name of a cologne I ever smelled in my life and felt and talked about? I still don't even know how to pronounce it. What the fuck they say? Q1. Why? For what? Why? You could have just called this Tobacco Blaze and we would have been cool. But Lawaka Lawon, whatever the fuck, man, I know I'm not saying it right. I know y'all out there that know how to say the name is gonna be in the comments trying to get me to pronounce it right. I don't even want to pronounce it right. I just want a regular, nice name to say, okay? I don't want to be around here say, hey, babe, can you give me the Lawaka La Women? She can't damn find it because she's like, what the fuck is that? Fried. I feel like 2 names should be good for a bottle of cologne, okay? Just like a regular name from a human, you know what I'm saying? It should always be the name of the house with the name of the cologne. Dior, Sauvage, Versace, Eros, Gucci, Guilty. You get my drift? Okay, so now that we have a fresh cologne that lasts a long time, project real heavy, bottle with no top, price real good, the name is easy to pronounce, easy to say. Let's talk about the endorsements. Because who don't love cologne that's endorsed by the right person? When Dior Sauvage came out, he had Johnny Depp, right? Tom Ford got Tom Ford. It's those things like that. Like you put a face to the cologne, it just make you feel good. Who don't love their fragrance to have popular and a part of a cool kids? You want your favorite fragrances in all the magazines, all the billboards, all the commercials. They just make you feel real good about the fragrance that you're wearing because everybody know about it. And who don't want to be a part of the cool kids, man? Everybody wanted to sit at the cool table. If you ain't want to sit at the cool table, you was a hater, my boy. Because you know you wanted to sit there. You wanted the girls. You wanted that attention. Who don't? Now let's get to the 8th thing this fragrance would need. It would need to be very unique, okay? We don't want a fresh fragrance that smells like another fresh fragrance. The last thing you want is somebody to be like, this is a cologne of another one. Or this reminds me of such and such. You want a fragrance that literally blows your socks off, that smells like nobody else. Now, as y'all know, these fresh fragrances out here be smelling like each other. But that's why people got niche fragrances. That's why they created these fragrances, why people love them, because they're niche and nobody has ever smelled something like this. So if that was gonna make the perfect fragrance, it would have to be a fragrance that's nobody smelled before, that smell real good as well. The 9th quality and feature that this perfect fragrance should have is to be easily accessible. It should be in all the stores, okay? Have you ever realized that the colognes that Walmart and Target sell is different from the ones that Dillard and Macy's smell? I feel like if this is gonna be the perfect fragrance, it should be in all the stores. That's why it should be a price that people can make profits from everywhere. If they do that, they'll be one of the best selling colognes, especially if you can buy it everywhere and it smell good. Okay, so the last thing that the perfect fragrance should have is no flankers. Now look, I know this might be unpopular, but I really don't like flankers. I feel like flankers lower the prestige of a fragrance, okay? You type in Gucci Guilty on the internet, 20 flankers pop up. You don't know which one to get. You type in Aqua di Gio, 20 flankers pop up. You don't know which one to get. Do I get the original? Do I get the Profondo? Do I get the Profumo? Do I get the Eau de Toilette? Do I get the Absolute? You won't know, okay? Spice Ground got flankers. 1 Million got flankers. Valentino Uomo got flankers. Izzy Miyake got flankers. CK1 got flankers. I hate flankers. The only flankers I like is when they just going up in concentration. And the only fragrances I can accept, okay? When it comes to Dior Sauvage, the Toilette, Eau de Parfum Elixir, I prefer that. You just go up in the concentration, but you keep the same name. Blue de Chanel did it. Versace Eros did it. They try to switch it up with that Versace Flame, but they knew to shut that down because Versace Eros is what started it off. But if I make a flanker, it's just gonna go up in concentration. It won't go up. It won't have a whole bunch of flankers that don't even smell like it. All right, so that's my video, okay? That wraps it up. That is what I would do to make my perfect fragrance. But what would y'all do to make your perfect fragrance? What's the perfect fragrance in your eyes? How will we build it? What would it smell like? What would it look like? I don't know. But I'm tired of buying all these flankers, all these colognes, and I'm never really satisfied. Now, I know out there is always our favorite 3 that we have, but you know what I meant when it comes to the favorite fragrance. It's some quality of life things they can do to make these colognes a little bit better, to make it more enjoyable to us, okay? If you enjoyed this video on building the most perfect fragrance in your collection, like, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys. Come back tomorrow for another video. I'm out.
Bitch, I'm big boss, I'm a threat. Bitch, nigga, pipe down before I flex. I'ma put a whole lot of money on your dreads. Like a bowling ball, I put a hole in your head. Shit that you rapping, your songs all be live.